Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Break It Down. Let's track down these artifacts, and we'll start with the one that I believe is in the Oathbinder's Sanctum. But if it's not there, it's probably in that dungeon where we found the Magistrate's Cudgel. We've had to come back to this dungeon quite a few times now. We had the initial quest, we had to come and rest in the central chamber for the Magistrate's Cudgel upgrade, and now we're here again, looking for a finger.
There's something here.
Finger of the Exiled Queen. This heavy stone finger is longer than your arm and significantly heavier. It curls slightly inward, as if, even removed from its body, it grasps for justice and authority. One down, two to go. Okukahara was the desert. Ontario Cozy, that's where we need to go. And conveniently, there is the deck of many things. Yeah, this auto-pathing is awful because the ship is moving. So, we'll move towards the island for a smoother experience, and divert when we get closer to the deck of many things. Alright, he's due north. Let's head that way. So that I don't have to track him down all the way across the Deadfire once we're done on Matario Cozy. Oh, we have a new option. Use Spyglass. The vessel boasts the sharp angles and flat front of a junk, but it does not fly the colors of Rauatai or any other naval power. Its banners identify it as a merchant ship. The craft's hull appears heavily reinforced, and its gun ports bristle with cannons, but it cuts a non-hostile path through the sea. We're going to check above deck first because a lot of these items are hidden behind perception checks.
Finding everything to your nothing but the
though, might I interest? I will
What are you in the market for? Best guess, I wanted to rename... The simple didn't know a boat... or she, that's what we call him. Peruse at your...
So it did cross my mind that they wouldn't have put an artifact on this ship because the ship is DLC content separate from Seeker, Slayer, Survivor.
shove off, eh?
And so maybe the artifact is somewhere that everyone would have guaranteed access to. Because not everyone might have this DLC installed. But the problem that I'm facing now is I have no idea where I need to go. But we'll go to Matario Cozy first, grab this one, and deal with the other one after. This place did have those statues scattered about that we could inspect. But we're looking for a broken statue. It's not broken, it's laid down, but maybe. Actually, here's a broken statue. Let's check out this one first. That one looks intact. They look intact. There's another broken one right there.
There's something here.
Okay, what did you spot? Oh, it's not highlighting. The Hunter's Head. The head of a tiger, rendered in stone in the style of the ancient Huana people. Well worn and slick with algae, it seems a fitting companion piece to the arena statue of the Faces of the Hunt. I appreciate this quest rewarding you for having a decent memory of everywhere you've been in the game so far. Except for this one. Was stolen and now hangs in a shop that is on the water. Alright, shop's on the water. What do we got? So Nekataka's shopping district is landlocked, though there are merchants in Queen's Birth. So maybe that's it? Port Mage. It's a port. But it doesn't have... I mean, it has that little market in the center. I would consider that on the water. Fort Deadlight, I don't think so. Splintered Reef had a tavern, not a shop. And I'm pretty sure everyone there is dead. I mean, they were dead before, but now they're dead. Tikawara's market was on the beach, so maybe there? You know, it does specify that it was stolen. Maybe it is at Fort Deadlight. Or Dunnage. Yeah, because Dunnage has the Radiant Court. And that's comprised mostly of docks, and is right there on the water. But since we're here, we'll check this real quick. Alright, this is new. As you near the dock, voices roar over the din of the waves. It seems as if the entire village is gathered, and many of them don't seem happy.
I hope that's not for us.
They argue with one another, pointing into the distance. But at your approach, they turn to stare at you, their eyes wide with apprehension or anticipation. The crowd parts for the Ranga, whose grin is as broad as his shoulders.
My fishermen saw your boat sailing from Pokokahara. The storms, they parted like a school of fish before Nagati herself.
He wipes his brow with the back of his hand. Say nothing.
Speechless, I say.
He laughs to himself and glances around, trying to spread his joy to the crowd. He clears his throat.
Now, the Valiant Trading Company will send ships, people, and supplies. Tikawara will be the greatest port east of Nekataka.
First they must clear room for docks and storehouses. But that will be many months from now, no?
The dwarf wipes his brow, considering the beach and the half-finished, half-painted huts built along it. Young priestess glares with open malice, the angles of her crossed arms and clenched jaw as sharp as daggers.
Already they make plans.
If that's all, I should be going.
I say this is a turn in our fortunes. The first of many.
His smile widens further still.
You are always welcome among us. Accept this and know our thanks.
Thanks, I guess. The others nod and disperse, murmuring to one another as they scatter across the village.
Soon the director will send supplies and immensers and soldiers. Unless you have room on your ship.
He looks at you, knitting his knuckles. I found the remains of your expedition.
That you mean? Madiko.
His thick brows rise in alarm.
If the expedition failed, the company will hesitate to finance a second one. They might close the book forever.
He sighs, scratching his head.
If their work was finished, their families in the republics would be compensated.
He looks at you beseechingly. I'll see what I can do.
Agrasima.
He bows his head. Give him Beza's pages. Your captain had some dark plans for the tribe.
Wait, what do you mean?
He takes the pages from you and flips through them. Then he stops, one hand frozen above the stained paper. He looks up at you and laughs nervously.
Per complancanet, you cannot take this thing so seriously. Beza was an academy brat hoping to catch the director's notice.
Fresh beads of sweat pop from his forehead.
And anyway, this has nothing to do with me. I am just a cook.
Vector tugs at his collar, feeling the sweat-soaked cloth from his chest.
Sure smells fishy to me. And I don't mean the cooking.
Jody crosses her arms over her chest.
But I will see this gets back to the director in Neketaka. No need to worry.
He gives you a strange smile and tucks the papers away as fast as he can. Might be in for a bit of a surprise because Director Castle is no longer the director. Von Ferris could use a cook, unless he'd rather stay here.
I would consent to be chained to your galley if it saved me from this dump.
He sighs and pockets his dish rag. Well, anyway, I don't think what we're looking for is here. But we discovered something else, so that's neat. Alright, into the other side of the Deadfire. And of course, it might not even be in dungeon? In dunnage. So hopefully I'm not sailing all this way for no reason. Could have held off going to the deck of many things because we sailed right past them on our way to dunnage. Yeah, even on the map it has Radiant Court extending out into the water.
My dear friend, I trust you are keeping well.
You return? Oh, you're quite the troublemaker, I've heard. I hope I stay on your good side.
He laughs nervously.
What would you like to buy today?
You should see this.
Watch your step.
The hunt for the Hemneg's handmaiden. Got a whole story on there. Cool. Far from well maintained, this tapestry is faded at the center and raveled at the edges, making discerning its subject and exercising creative interpretation. Its title alludes to an old Adirn legend about a folk woman serving in a mixed house of folk and elves. Her mistress, long jealous of the girl's heart-stirring voice, becomes convinced that her folk husband has taken the handmaiden as a lover. In a fit of pique, the lady of the house sends the girl to a nearby tomb, ostensibly in search of a rare spice necessary for a feast for a visiting priest. When the girl's brother learns of the lady's deception, he braves the tomb and its many traps to rescue his beloved sibling. Their fate has varied with the telling over the centuries. In some versions, he safely returns the girl to the household. She marries the lord of the house, and he ends the Hemneg. I forgot if the MN has a special pronunciation in Adirn. With a scheming elf. In others, brother finds his sister just as she steps on this trap that ends her life. The indistinct figures depicted on this tapestry might be the brother and his band as they brave the subterranean barrow. They might as easily be the elf and her handmaiden, the lord and the fictitious priest, or any other combination of characters from the tale.
Something I can do? Well, don't see why not.
On it.
Yeah, let's knock out one of these. We'll do the Zorp Chronicles. While the foolish Zorp hunts alone, more successful packs rear drakes from a young age and train their reptilian cousins to defend their Zorp masters with cold-blooded determination. This battle recollects the Zorp and Drake hunting party that prowled this island before the Huana arrived. Had history unfolded differently, the Zorps might still hold this isle, and the Crucible might never have been built.
Long before the first hunter set arrow to bow, cold-blooded predators stalked the kith. Today, you are again the quarry. Luck is for the weak. May the most savage win.
that.
Ever think we'll tame one of these? Maybe get to ride it?
Sure.
There's a lot of Zorops.
Huh? Enemies ahead.
What's going on, fellas?
No good. I'm having some trouble moving through this.
Drop it right there.
Mo. Gone, darn it!
Not to alarm you, but I'm... slowly dying of poison.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
So we can petrify them again.
There's a walloping!
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Oh, the Drake is actually weak to burn damage. Color me surprised.
I bring your end.
Mo. That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Let's go.
Oh, whoops. Should be in melee.
Mo. Ixie. Oh no. That dog won't hunt.
How may I help?
No mercy!
Mo. Ixie. Oh no.
I did not kindness spell speak.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Did he terrify himself? That must have been one of the, or I guess the only priest left alive.
Hogwa. Mo. Ixie.
Oh?
Didn't work.
How may I help?
Come now, step into the... What now?
Take him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Yeah, no time to terrify. Alright, let's wrap this up.
What do you need? Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping that these 3 fights we just unlocked would all have unique items because it's post-Crucible campaign. Dire Talon, it's a saber. Guess we haven't found one of these in a while. Exceptional Tooth and Claw. Plus 10 accuracy against beasts, plus 10% damage against beasts. 7 centuries ago, the Valiant Duke Alfin Med Roca contracted a group of gold-packed knights to slay a dragon in the mountains that bordered his lands. The band's commander, Pietra Vives, returned alone 3 weeks later. She was the sole survivor. Though the dragon bore grave wounds, it was not slain, she claimed, and thus she couldn't consider her duty discharged. She gathered another group of hunters, each as renowned with a blade or bow as she, paid them from her own coffers, and struck forth again. This time she returned with the head of the monster pulled behind her steed. According to legend, Pietra led a master swordsmith into the hills to locate the corpse. He crafted a saber from each massive claw. Pietra granted the weapons to the families of her fallen soldiers, along with their share of the bounty. This particular blade passed down the Segreto family line, eventually following their flight from collapsing Valia to the Deadfire and into the nascent Principe. Oh, Seeker's Fang upgraded. Complete each of the Seeker's Path fights. I'll probably just do that off camera, since it's all stuff we've seen before. Well, except for the one. A weapon injures, a trap debilitates. The Seeker serves the seeking, snaring the hearts and eyes of 8 and 80 foes, tangling the 100-fold path before the traveler. Silent enough to avoid attention and piercing enough to face attention unavoided, this rapier more than merely murders, it confounds. So sing the Huana, so howl the faces of the hunt. It grants Spider's Flurry. The wielder rapidly stabs the area in front of them, dealing damage and applying immobilized. Right, Drake Command. The wielder calls upon a powerful Drake to fight for the party. And Worm Call. 20% chance on scoring crit to summon 3 worms for 8 seconds.
The reptilian hunters brute no match for the Watcher! Revel in your triumph, for you bring glory to all kith!
Right.
Ado, Jack, what of course.
Alright, I'm going to call it here. Off camera, I'll knock out all the secret challenges except for the one we haven't done yet. And then next time we will do what I assume are the last two challenges. The Tomb of Vather Kadu and Tenebrous Tenacity. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.